Wait, you're like shit. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another week of PodcaS. This is episode
Very
6,
organized.
and yeah, today we're joined by the whole cast of hosts. Thank God.
Yeah, first time in
We got JeTz, we got Ray, we got Wingo.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we decided
Here
to
we
show
go.
up
We
this.
got a nice gift for you all. Here you go.
Bruh.
Enjoy that.
There you
Enjoy
go.
that one.
Yeah, it's
No,
been our favorite gift for like
no,
the past 3 days,
Yep.
right?
no.
I'm gonna need
No,
It's
context.
gonna be there for. You don't need context. That's the best part.
You
I
don't
don't even
need
know
context,
I don't
it's
even
pretty
know the
obvious.
context.
What fucking show is this?
I don't
Hello?
even know.
Is
I
Miss
It's
Kobayashi's Dragon
it's,
Maid?
it's Attack on Titan season 3.
Okay. All right.
It's a Titan eating human.
I see.
So, how's you guys' day been? Like, what have you been up to?
I watched the
Absolutely
Champions
nothing.
League.
Hold on, one at a time, boys.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jets.
I watched the Champions League.
don't know what that is.
Absolutely nothing.
Give me
Absolutely
Give
nothing.
me context.
So yeah, my day. I woke up, went to work. That was awful. Got home. I was like, Champions League. Liverpool's gonna win. Nope, lost 3-1.
It was football.
Football or
Yeah.
soccer, as
Mhm.
you Americans say it. I'm not going to try and pronounce it in an American
No,
accent.
that's
GB
okay.
keeps that over that, so I'm not giving
Soccer.
you any fucking
I
ammo,
can't.
Jesus. Soccer. I just did it. There you go.
Mm.
But yeah, that was a sad experience. But this podcast is already cheering me up, so there you go.
Oh, I love you too.
I love you too.
All right. It seems like Wingo wants to say some stuff about his day.
Do I? I
Yeah.
literally just
He-
said, I've done nothing.
Yeah.
He literally said, "I've done nothing."
I know, but like it wasn't his turn yet, so I didn't count it.
I had a nap. I played some comp like earlier, I guess.
How did that go?
I lost some SR. Woo!
Woo, scary! On your main
That's
or
right.
out?
I thought the game that you just played like 5 minutes. before the
Altitude.
podcast.
That's not so bad.
And then I got a hand to play the game because I'm so good at Overwatch.
I mean, let's be honest. Like with how high the alts are, like I saw
Yeah.
that Zeph, he's
I was
diamond.
almost diamond. Yeah, I was almost diamond.
Like you want to lose some games, to be honest. So
And,
Almost
I
down
just,
on your ult.
I just accidentally lost another game by leaving because my internet crashed. So
yeah, I hate it when my internet crashes.
happens all the time. It really sucks.
Yeah,
All right. What about you,
we're
Ray?
horrible people.
Let's see. Woke up, watched.
I mean, no one else lost
the
that
first episode of, or not the first episode, the latest episode of My Hero Academia. And then
Cool.
the
Yeah.
Dragon Maid, which is where the freaking gift is from.
Dragon Maid.
And then
okay.
that's about it. Just kind of just chilled until.
What do you think about season 2 of Attack on
I
Titan,
watched
right? Huh?
Attack on Titan. We did that too.
No spoilers, please. I still need to start that.
It's as good as ever.
In the least spoiler way possible, Gryphon. What do you think of season 2, huh?
It was good. I look forward to watching season 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
Yeah.
out soon enough.
Very nice.
Spoilers right there.
Frames detected. You want to?
Spoiler, there are
you
Titans in it. Well,
Yeah.
seems you need to be stopped right there. That's a ban right there.
You spoiled that there was a third season. Oh my god.
Ruins. But yeah, I kind of wanted to watch some episodes before GB's roleplay on it, so that I had more understanding. But
You won't understand from a few episodes. You need to watch at least all of season 1.
oh,
At
okay.
least.
Then I had no chance. I had no chance then. Okay. I should have just watched it with you guys, but I'm
It was good.
Toxic, yes.
toxic. Yes, yes.
Foreshadowing.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean,
No, I just wanted to say
Sorry.
because since I'm dropping frames, apparently, if the stream's acting all buggy, then we're gonna have to do a short intermission. Someone else is gonna have to host it, which is fine.
She looks like she's eating crabs perfectly fine, so I'm
just saying. I'm just saying.
Seems are
Let
dusty.
me know.
How's the stream like performing? Is it fine?
And I'm just saying, if in the future it gets worse, then just let me know, and we can switch hosts.
it's good.
That's good,
It's
yeah,
good.
sounds
We're
good.
Drop
Gucci
like 15%
now.
of the.
Dropping
I dropped
frames.
15% of the frames so far.
I mean, literally, it's just a GIF. That's
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Rocky.
If it ends up breaking.
when you are Minecraft server.
But to be honest, the typo makes it so much better.
all the emojis. Yeah.
Oh, right. I'm gonna cut this intro right there. And
Wow.
Ryan Griffin,
That's it.
I believe you
I
had.
didn't even get to say about my day. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Griffin.
Griffin.
I won't
Oh,
forget
okay,
about your
Griffin.
day.
It's only been like 5 minutes. We got a whole hour and a half. We're good.
I just want to hear the story, dude.
You want to hear his story? Well,
Yeah.
you'll hear it. Everybody
Oh,
will be
okay.
so hyped to hear this story coming up. Anyway,
Okay.
my day was fine. Thank you for asking, JeTz.
Fantastic.
Wow.
You're welcome.
I woke up way too early because I slept at like 4 o'clock last night. I woke up at like 10.
What did you do, dude? What?
What did I do? I was just up late last night. What were we
just
doing
up.
last night? We were playing some
Fibbage.
Overwatch custom.
Rip off.
Oh yeah, yeah, that as well. We were playing some phone games, and also we played customs until like midnight last night. That
You
was
guys are
Insane.
going.
Was
Overwatch
that?
customs.
You were playing Psych. Is it Psych?
Yep.
Psych,
That's the wrong
yeah,
number.
yeah.
Psych is wrong. Oh. Oh.
Mhm.
Oh.
So I slept for like 6 hours. I'm about to take a nap like right after this. But what else I do? We watched the latest episode of My Hero Academia, which is amazing. If you're
Blue
not caught up
Bolt.
on it,
Blue
you should
Bolt.
definitely catch up. It is really good. I think everybody
Yeah.
here could say the
We're
same.
not gonna spoil, but
Oh no,
Watch
Other than
it.
it's good. Yeah.
just watch it. That's all we have to
Definitely
say.
catch up if you haven't and watch it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I finished Attack on Titan season 2, and that's good.
Yeah, you should really watch that too.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Am I starting it after this stream then?
Yes.
Yeah, you should.
Okay.
If you have
Okay. I was gonna do comp, but fuck it. Okay.
No time for
Shows
comp.
you should watch.
No time for
Um,
comp. Attack on Titan.
Oh,
Half
we
your
should- we
monitor
should add that
Overwatch,
as a
half your
topic
monitor
one
Attack
of
on
these
Titan.
days.
Easy
Like
peasy.
shows we'd
What,
recommend
comp?
to watch.
Oh,
Shows.
shit. It's like comp. We talk about
No,
Overwatch a lot.
Right now here, I'm just gonna say, My Hero is probably my favorite show tied with Game of Thrones. So
Say no more. Watch Attack on Titan.
yeah.
And then after we watched some Dragon Maid after Attack on Titan.
What's that? Never heard of it.
Oh yeah, it's just
Care to
weird
explain?
anime.
Yeah. Okay.
It is.
After that, I was craving some snacks, so I went to the dollar store and I bought like a bunch of chips and like wafers.
Ooh,
What kind of chips?
Wafers.
Yeah, I don't know if wafers are like the same thing that you guys are thinking of. JeTz and Wingo. I mean,
What the hell?
Wafers. Let me hear. Let me hear.
like
Let me see.
vanilla
They're like the very
wafers or,
thin
like-
things.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
They're very airy.
yeah,
Yeah.
Brony.
and they have like cream in the middle of them.
Not all of them do.
Not all of them,
Wow,
but yeah.
Yeah, the ones
yeah.
I'm talking about are.
Oh. Oh.
There's like ice cream wafers as well.
Let me
you
up,
know?
dude.
Oh, ice cream wafers.
Throw them at me.
Yeah. Okay.
Throw them on
I'll look for it. Chips. I got like sour cream and onion chips. I haven't had those in a long time. I've actually like started hating those chips for a bit
Just had them
because
so much.
yeah,
Sour
that was the
cream and
only
onion.
flavor that my
So
parents would
good.
buy all the time. What?
I love sour cream and onion.
Sour cream and
Yeah,
onion?
especially Pringles. Sour cream.
Uh-huh.
and
Oh
Got
yeah.
some
Ooh.
downstairs. I think.
Love Pringles or like kettle
Oh,
chips. Oh, yeah.
Paprika
We're,
as
we're
well.
just totally like
Fuck up.
selling out without even like being sponsored right
Yeah,
now.
we're not
Sponsored by
Sponsored by
Ting
Not
Tingle.
Pringles.
Check out.
Sponsored by chips.
Eat
ASMR.
chips.
Eat chips.
They're good.
All right, I'm done talking about my day. Now I'm here doing this wonderful
Started from-
podcast.
Fantastic.
Now
Glad you're here.
Thank you. Glad you guys are here too.
Now, without
alright.
being rude,
Thank you.
I apologize. Ray and Gryphon have a story that they wish to tell.
Story.
Whoa.
Is it really a story? I mean,
It's kind of a story.
Make it a
Time.
story.
we have stuff to
Yeah.
talk
Yeah.
about. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah,
Make it a story.
Make it a
Like,
story.
Make it a
Once
story.
upon a time.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, there was a Ray. He was
I knew
small.
you were gonna say that.
That's just bullying right
Ray,
there.
do you want to
And
go
Wingo,
ahead?
You
and-
can't really talk, to be honest.
What?
I'm not sure how.
Or do you want
yeah,
me
you can
to-
start it off. I'm not exactly sure how to structure this quite yet.
Okay, well, context of the story is that we met up with Bearded Nylon and
Mm.
Kitten Rabies of the GB Discord. Very wonderful
The
people.
rabies.
And Keith.
Yeah, the
The
Rabies.
rabies.
Yeah, I don't
The
think she
Nylon.
watches the podcast, but you know, I'm not gonna throw shade
Wow.
at that. You know,
Nah.
What a
purely by
poo.
choice.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
What a jerk.
How dare Oh my god. Continue.
So we met up in Boston. It was like 2 weeks ago now, right? It was when we had it was like a week ago when we had Vest on. I actually
About
came
a week
back
ago.
like 5 hours
Yeah.
before the podcast.
Yeah.
I flew in. Is Kitten Rabies here? Okay.
More guys.
Yeah, I flew in. It's actually a really short plane ride, but I just couldn't be bothered to drive. It's like a 6-hour drive, and I was like, nah, I don't want to do that.
Might as well
it
fly.
sucks.
Yeah, especially with like the amount of money that I would spend on gas and the time I would spend just driving. I think it was worth it to
Convenience.
Dish
fly
out.
in.
Balling.
Or it's not. A
It's
train
nice.
ticket cost more actually than my plane ticket, so it was like, nah,
Jeez.
I'm not
Okay.
doing it.
That what?
Yeah, I didn't get it either. Maybe because they were out of seats or something like that. And the train
Man's
ride's like
confused.
3 hours or like 4
Maybe
or
it's
5
a
hours.
super high quality train.
It better be.
It better be. Like, give me a massage or something.
But yeah, I flew in there. I barely got any sleep the night beforehand, and I just got it, got in there. Nylon picked me up. I waited like an hour for him at the airport. But he was amazing in that he decided to pick me and Ray up and actually
No.
accommodate us. We stayed there for 2 nights, right?
Yes.
Right?
Thursday and Friday night.
Yeah, we stayed there. This is in Boston. I don't know if I said that already. Did I say it was in Boston?
Yeah,
I don't
you
think
did.
I- Okay.
But don't worry, just keep repeating it.
It was in Boston,
Boston.
guys. Boston. Boston's a really cool place. Actually, flying in, I've never like looked it up on maps or like what it looked like, but it's like surrounded by water. It's kind of like a peninsula. It's like really cool. I don't know how to explain it. You guys look it up if you really want.
Children's barbecue and foot massage. Sorry.
Yeah, I kind of need to look it up. I hope to go there next year. So.
Oh yeah, Anime Boston.
Oh!
Anime Boston.
Everybody who's anybody is going to be there. Just
Attack and
saying.
Titan cosplay.
Okay,
All singing
well,
the
we're
intro
gonna
together.
try at least.
Yeah, we're
Everybody
just
who's
gonna
anybody's
try
gonna
to get
try
in
to
there.
get there at least.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. So we flew in, we had some food. It's nice meeting Nylon for the first. I just jumped into Discord. It's like, oh hey. He like drove by while I was waiting. I waited like I said, I waited like an hour. He's like, oh hey, that's him. And I just like I'm trying to get in as fast as possible.
To his car.
yeah.
And he's like, oh, thanks for getting in my car.
What if it wasn't nylon?
Yeah. It's like thank you. And
I'll get into your car any day.
and
Oh,
I remember we went to a restaurant to eat like straight after because we were all hungry. And I'm not even talking about Ray's part of the story. We picked up Ray right after we picked me up, but I'll let Ray talk about that.
Yeah.
Ray rode a train in.
Yes,
didn't
I did. Rode a train in.
How
It
was
was,
your
Rode a
Right.
train? Were you on top of it? You were
Yep.
just surfing?
I was, yep. I was sunbathing on top of the train.
he? How long was that
Train
train?
ride was about 3 hours, like 2.5,
Yeah,
3 hours.
yeah,
It's
nice.
not bad. I fell
It's
asleep
like-
for like
It's like the same day.
2 hours, and then the last hour
Mhm.
I was just up and waiting to arrive. But yeah, like Gryphon said, we were both up at like what 4 a.m. the night before.
Yeah, we
I had
stayed
my
up till 4.
train was leaving like at 10, so I had to wake up at like 8.
At that point, is there even any reason like going to sleep?
Yeah, it's like a
6
nap,
hours
you
is
know? You
quite
get
a
lot of
lot.
refreshers.
Or like
You
4
should-
hours.
Ray gets in any
Okay,
sleep that he can
yeah.
get. Like literally any
I say that like the most sleep I get is what 5 hours. Like
I mean, coming from you, Griffin, you're napping 24/7. What are you on about?
napping to
Griffin-
make up for the lack of sleep that I
Griffin does the podcast. He goes to work. He
Yeah.
eats, sleeps, plays video games. That's all he
Yeah,
does.
exactly. That's my life. I
Yeah.
barely any time to sleep, but I
Yeah.
love sleep. It's unfortunate, but I don't have
I
time to
love
sleep.
sleep.
Who needs
Yeah.
sleep? What,
Yeah.
what a dumb concept.
It is. Seems would say that as a dumb. Anyway,
Uh,
so we went to this restaurant. It's what is it?
Thai food.
Thai food place? Yeah, it's
Thai
pretty
food.
damn good.
Typhoon?
Typhoon.
Shut up. And hearing so Nylon met GB and
He did.
yeah,
did.
lucky bastard. But
Lucky bastard. Yeah.
Wow.
but, there you go. Fun fact for anyone that's not an elder on GB's Discord: Nylon
Mhm.
actually met GB and Ben,
mhm,
and they went to Disney World.
yeah.
Holy
so-
shit, Ben. Insane.
Mhm.
Yeah,
you got to
they
meet
met
Ben,
Ben.
Who the
Ben,
fuck's
you
GB
know that's
though?
Are
incredible.
you kidding me?
Who?
Um,
Boo?
we're just talking trash right now. We absolutely love GB.
You sure about that?
I just want to stress that out. Like we're not bullying. I swear.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
I-
Yeah.
mm,
I mean, Wingo, you might be on your own there. Just saying.
oh, okay.
Well, my point
They're both
was is that Nylon said he was like 5'10".
Oh
And-
no!
Oh, yeah.
This, oh god. Love it,
Bring
Nylon.
that
Love
up.
Nylon.
Why?
I say I'm
Why?
5'10", and like I feel like I'm pretty confident in that. And then when I met Nylon, I was like, I don't think you're 5'10".
Oh,
No,
wow.
this,
I like-
this is
I
throwing
like-
shade, dude.
I like it
GB did it and now
inter-tutorial.
you're doing it. What
No,
the
I'm just
hell?
saying.
It's just an observation,
He's-
but like.
Poor Nylon can't catch a break. Let the man be whatever height he wants to be.
I'm just saying, if he's 5'10", then I'm taller than 5'10".
By how much? Though?
That's all I'm saying.
If he's 5'10",
But it's
what are
cool.
you,
No,
6 foot?
if he's
Yeah,
5'10",
maybe.
Ray's 5'10". Buck
I'm
jump.
trying
no,
to
let's not get
defend you,
carried away.
Nylon. I hope you see this.
But no, Nylon is not short by any means. But no, I love Nylon to bits. Like I said, his hospitality and accommodations were
amazing.
amazing. Yeah, no, and he's also a really funny person. I was laughing
Yeah, he's
like
great,
my
yeah.
ass off the whole time. So yeah, we stayed there for 2 nights. We just what did we do? We watched Deadpool 2, and then we went to Dave and Buster's to meet Rabies.
Rabies.
Mhm.
Well, yeah,
Did
we
you
give her the hug, yeah?
went to the movies, and we went and grabbed some to eat, and then we went to Dave and Buster's.
Mhm. Dave
Yeah.
and Buster's. Dave and Buster's is a really, I don't know. I mean, it's fun for like 2 hours, but
Yeah,
you guys know what Dave and Buster's is? JeTz, Wingo.
No clue.
Never
you
heard
know,
of
like
it.
a barcade is.
Oh yeah.
It's,
No.
it's
What's
basically
that?
just an arcade where you can drink.
Yeah. It's in the
Whoa.
name. Arcade. There you
Barcade,
go.
yeah.
So you drink water. Very
You
Yeah,
can,
nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. You can drink water.
You could
Yeah.
play arcade games and you could earn like tickets to get like prizes and stuff as
Yeah, I'm
well.
pretty sure they know what an
That's
arcade.
just
I
an
know they know what an
arcade.
arcade
Can you
is. I'm
use
just
it
saying.
Arcade can just be for playing games.
Can
Sometimes
you win the
prizes.
tickets to get more drinks?
That'd actually be a cool
No,
concept, but I
unfortunately.
don't think it works.
Are the
that way.
tickets really underpriced?
Yes.
And
I
you
mean,
require at least
no.
4 billion.
What kind of games were at this barcade?
The typical skee ball.
Classic.
I played a lot of
Classic.
skee
Basketball.
ball.
Yeah.
A lot of skee ball.
Do you have
That
the
one
good
that
old
Ray's really good
Classic
at.
Time Crisis. You know, like you have the
Yeah.
guns. And
Time
you just, like, shoot the
Crisis?
screen.
Yes. Time Crisis, House of the Dead. I fucking
Yeah,
love that
those
shit,
are
dude.
those are great.
I love
They
that
had
shit.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, meet up in Boston. Me and Ray, we will get to the top of the leaderboards on that machine. Just saying.
That'd be great. I wouldn't mind that.
No,
Yeah.
Ray's actually a good shot as well with actual
I'm
gun.
not surprised.
Oh
I'm not
shit.
surprised.
Marksman rifle.
And there was a DDR machine out.
It wasn't
oh
DDR.
God.
Okay, let me stress that
yeah,
first.
and
It's
off-
called Pump It Up.
Yeah,
It's
Pump it up.
Look it
So
up.
a DDR ripoff.
yeah, kind of.
instead of like up, down, left, right, it's like
The the
northeast.
four directions. It's the same
Northwest.
thing. Oh, I thought you were saying northeast.
No, I'm saying like
No,
if
no,
you
no,
if
no.
you
Yeah, I
look
get it.
at
I
like,
get it. I
Oh,
thought you were just listing
diagonally?
northeast, southwest. I'm like, that's the same thing. But no, I get what you're saying
So
now.
instead of up, down,
Diagonals.
left, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I literally just said that. I said diagonally.
anyway, and that
No,
makes it so much more different and like difficult in my opinion. But
I
that's
can
just
imagine
what
after a
happened.
few drinks as well. That would be entertaining.
We didn't drink at all.
Nylon's here. Woo.
So,
I'm
Nylon,
not
I defended
about it.
you.
Get rowdy.
I want-
so.
I'm just saying I defended you, but you know,
Nylon, you're not 5'10".
Anime Boston. Yeah, let's go to this barcade and GB can show off her skills. Is all I'm
Oh my
saying.
God, it's not the
We
same.
need to
thing.
find an
There's 5
actual
buttons. It's the
DDR
one that
machine,
Nips
yeah.
did her
Well-
Twitter video on of her playing.
Question
I'm,
is-
I'm sure GB will own it anyway. She's fucking talented at everything, for fuck's sake.
I couldn't track it.
Is Ray as insane at this rip-off DDR
No,
as
I'm
he
not.
is?
It is so.
I
It is
should
so.
do
It's
it.
so much different. Like
Yeah.
my brain was not processing how to hit the notes at all. I was like, this is so different. I was like, I
That's
couldn't
Way
do
too
it.
different.
Sounds
mean,
like excuses.
I'm already bad at DDR, so
I
I
didn't
like an
do too
actual
well.
DDR machine, please, Dave and Buster's.
I'm just gonna own up right now. I never played DDR.
Neither have I. I was
so-
always too shy.
It's definitely.
Yeah. You know, exercise, dude. That,
Oh,
Oh
no,
yeah,
it's
that was
so-
it.
yeah,
we
not
were
only is it
winded after like the first.
After one song, I was like,
It
"Oh
was like-
man,
it was
fuck
like,
this! I
ooh,
don't
get
want to play."
sweaty. You
anymore."
know, it was like.
Bruh.
I was sweating. I had to take off my
Yeah,
sweater.
take out the hoodie.
oh,
Oh, Gryphon's fault.
But then we were also trying to play Mario Kart
Oh yeah,
for like
that's
4
what I was
hours.
gonna say. Yeah, they
Literally
had like
4
Mario Kart
hours.
machine, like actual like driving machine things.
oh, is that where there was those kids playing?
Yeah,
They
they were
weren't
sitting
kids.
there. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh,
Peeps.
rabies.
Calls them
Describe them
kids.
Well,
as
I mean,
kids.
you kind of just
Yeah.
say that. Like anytime you're, at least, you know, like anything, like video games and
Yeah.
stuff like online. He's like this kid, when they're probably not kids, but you call
This
them
kid. Oh
my
kids
God.
anyway, to just to kind of demean them a little bit.
Alex, thank you for the
Thanks
raid.
for the raid.
Alex.
Appreciate it.
You are
I
insane,
would have
Alex.
joined the
Thanks so
stream if
much.
we weren't starting so soon.
Yeah.
I tuned in for about 20 minutes. It was good.
I
Best
tuned in
20
as
minutes
well.
of my day.
I had it
Sounds
open in the
good,
background.
excited. Oh god, no flashbacks to the.
They were grown men. They were grown men. That is
They were
correct.
grown men.
So yeah, they were hogging because we all wanted to play together.
Yeah, 'cause there's only
Yeah, of
4
course.
machines.
Mhm. And then
Oh.
they were sitting there. They're like, I don't know what the
They
fuck
weren't
they were
even playing
doing.
half the
They were-
time. They were just kind of sitting there drinking.
yeah. I was
Wow.
We're like,
you
we
know,
were
we're
kind
all-
of socially awkward and didn't want to tell them to like get up.
Yeah, socially awkward and passive
Yeah.
aggressive. So we'd always walk by and be like,
Still on the
looking
machines.
at them like,
Oh my god, you just went totally the British way.
just
Like you just
beeping.
walk past, you know, you'd start tutting with your arms crossed, just shaking your head.
Whip out your phone, try and, you know.
huh.
You know,
Hide
the
yourself.
sigh as you walk
Yeah.
past. It's,
What time is it?
I'd be
No,
like
it's time
talking
to
to
get the fuck
Ray.
out,
I'd be
man.
like, hey, that Mario Kart machine looks real fun.
Like, yeah, I
It'd
wish
be
we could
nice to,
play
you
it
know,
with
play
our
some-
group of people we brought here to
Yeah,
play.
like all 4 of us, you
Yeah.
know, whatever.
And then they just
yeah.
ignore you, and yeah,
We
Feels
didn't
bad.
I
actually
love
do that.
how
but yeah,
Boo
it was
knows
kinda-
the GIF. Poor Boo knows the GIF.
man.
Kind of.
So after hanging out there for, I feel like way too long, I was getting a headache because there was such loud music. I mean, all the machines obviously have like their loud ass
Yeah.
thing. but
Yeah.
then, like, I was just getting a headache. Maybe I was just tired. I was grumpy. The night before that, though, we were actually watching Black Panther. Was that when we were watching Black
it
Panther?
was. No wait.
Yeah, it was. It
no,
was.
When
no,
Ray
no,
fell
no.
asleep.
No, that was after. Because the first night we fell
No, it
asleep like
was.
super early.
Yeah, that's when we
Wakanda
watched Black
forever.
Panther at 9
Oh
o'clock.
shit, you're right. Well,
Yeah, and Ray did fall asleep during it, and
I
so
watched
did
like the
I.
first
But I was
20
already.
minutes.
Wow.
If there's one thing
Wow.
you'll
It
learn
was really
from this
good.
trip, is that I sleep a lot. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, he does sleep a lot. Yeah, he fell asleep. What were you guys thinking in the rabbit room once we? It was just like kept on going, and you're just like, well, bye,
Well,
Ray.
we didn't realize you'd gone.
You're like, oh
like,
yeah, trying to get some
really
conversations. Like, hey, how'd you guys feel about the movie? There's just no response. Just like, this bad man.
you were just muted, so I thought you were busy or something.
No.
I don't know.
You guys just left. You're like, okay, well,
Thanks
we're
for
going now.
the
Whatever.
movie.
Yeah, I tried to put thanks for the Also no reply.
Yeah, I was
Assholes.
sleeping.
I
Just
was like,
not
thanks for
responding.
hosting, Ray. Appreciate it. And then you didn't
Crickets.
reply until the next day. I was like, oh, okay.
I fell asleep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
Okay.
slept for a while
we
that
always,
day. We slept
we
until
always.
that was like 12 hours. That was like the most sleep I've gotten in like
It's like
ever.
it's just like the New York trip. It's like, yeah, I'll take a nap
Oh,
for
yeah.
like an hour, maybe like half an hour. Fell asleep
Yeah,
for like,
that'd be
definitely like
we
6
fell asleep for, like,
hours.
3 hours.
Yeah.
It was a 3-hour nap. Okay. It was 30 minutes. I had an alarm set.
It was nylon. It was
when we were-
comfortable.
Oh yeah, no, I love
Yeah,
it. Better than paying for a hotel for
yeah.
sure.
Yep. Every time you guys were up, I always feel bad because like 99% of the time, everyone's always up before I am. I'm just dead, like sleeping.
It's like, damn, Ray's been asleep for 12 hours already. Is he gonna wake up yet?
That's usually me too, because I sleep last. I'm just there, awake.
He doesn't
Laying
sleep
there.
last though. He
I
sleeps
sleep
first.
and then I'm still sleeping.
Wow. What a slug.
Like,
See, okay.
But anyway, and then after we were done with Dave and Buster's, we ordered some Chinese food, and that was our last night there. And then we
What'd you get?
Yeah,
The Chinese?
got orange chicken,
The
Mm,
crab
chow
thing.
mein,
Rangoons.
Crab? Kana, is that
crab
you?
rangoon.
Those are so good, man.
Oh.
Those are
No duck.
Wow.
I'm disappointed.
no duck. No,
No duck.
now it's adjusted it, but it was too expensive for me, and I just wanted orange.
Dude,
chicken.
It's
worth
really
it.
worth it. It's so
It's
nice, but it's
so worth it.
Yeah. But I don't know. It was expensive. It was like $40, but it was enough to feed like 4 people.
Yeah.
so
Well, I
guess
mean,
it's worth
2 of
it.
us technically.
40.
Yeah.
Heck.
Yep.
And yeah, I had an early flight for like 9 o'clock, but we left at like 7:30
Just to be safe.
so I
Yeah.
didn't have to. Yeah. And yeah, then I was back here for the podcast. The podcast went really well last week, I thought. And
Mhm.
It did. Yeah, Vess was an incredible guest.
yeah,
Like,
I would love to have him some other time.
yeah, like GB Invest, obviously very professional in what they do, and it was just an amazing time just to chill when everything. Like, a lot of people wouldn't be able to see those kind of sides to GB unless they watch her Twitch. So yeah, it was just very nice to chill. We'd love to have them on in future. I'd love to have both of them on at the same time, to be honest, just to see them argue.
Damn.
Um,
It's gonna be like a 3-hour podcast if we can do
Yeah,
oh
that.
yeah, I'm
yeah,
down.
yeah. I would love that, dude.
Oh
Like,
jeez.
and hopefully one day in the future we get Ben. I'd love to have Ben on.
Yep.
I want Ben and GB at the same time.
I would love
Yeah,
that
that'd
as
be
well.
great.
So yeah, so who knows? Maybe in future if the two of them aren't busy, fingers crossed.
Maybe
Of course, if they want to.
Yeah, it's all
we're
it's
not
all
gonna
up to
force
them. We're just
Yeah.
saying we're open to
During-
the idea.
during last week's podcast, I was like falling asleep. Not because it was boring or anything, but I was like so fucking exhausted from the
Yeah.
trip. And yep, that's the summary of the trip. It was great meeting Niall and Rabies.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I forgot to mention the part that we met Rabies, and it was when we watched Deadpool.
Yeah,
too.
that's when we first. That's when we first met her.
I
So
think-
she joined to watch Deadpool.
Yes. By Nylon.
Yes.
Nice.
And
Wow.
then
See you, Nylan.
I seem like
Um,
such a sellout.
But yeah, originally we were supposed to just meet her at Dave and Buster's, but we were like, hey, maybe we want to watch some Deadpool, and we didn't know when she was coming in because she was driving in that day as well. So we're like, if you guys want to come earlier, we can catch the Deadpool showing at what it was like 12 or whatever, 12:20.
yeah,
So she was like, yeah, sure.
Did you like it more than the first one, or?
It's been a while since I've seen the first one, so it's hard for me to say. I'm probably really biased right now, so I'd say
Yeah.
I probably like it better than the first one. I have to watch the first one
Okay.
again, but
Fair enough.
I say it's like
Go ahead.
as good as the first
Yeah.
one, but it didn't have the same impact just because it was the
yeah,
second
right,
one.
yeah. Mhm.
That's
Right.
all I
Okay.
really say
Okay.
about it. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's
Um,
definitely worth the
you
watch,
know.
I think.
What's the actor's name that plays Cable? Josh Brolin, is it?
Josh
Yes.
Brolin. Oh man, love that guy.
He's had an incredible year so far, hasn't he? Like,
He's and he's
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he's there's another movie that he's starring in like it was one of the trailers. I forgot what it was called, the movie,
is
but
he?
I noticed him in the credits.
Uh,
It was the
What
one
was the
like
movie?
where the government's supporting the cartel or trying to catch the cartels because
Oh, that's Sicario.
Yeah, that's the name of the movie.
Yeah, the sequel to it. Yeah, that looks good
Really?
too.
Yeah, he's in.
Ooh.
I never watched the
he's in
first one
movie.
though.
And also the Papa from Stranger Things. If you watch that, he's in that movie as well. You know what I'm
What?
talking about if you see the show.
Yeah, I haven't watched season 2.
But he's only in season 1.
Who?
Dr. Brenner, Papa.
Oh, I don't know.
Spoilers.
Oh, him. Yeah,
not
okay.
Wow.
Sorry.
apologies.
yeah.
But yeah,
Anyway.
Yeah. I did just want to quickly make an announcement. Because obviously we do the podcast. We try to do it every Saturday. We'll remind everyone when it's closer, but GB's planning on doing her 24-hour stream on Saturday the
Oh
23rd.
shit, yeah. We might not have one that week.
Yeah, I think it's best we just don't do it. So I'm sure everyone here understands. You guys will probably be in GB's chat.
yeah.
So
Anyway,
it's best for us to just postpone it. I'm sure you guys wouldn't mind. We would be in GB's chat, so if you want to talk to us, we'll be there. So yeah.
Okay.
yeah. We're gonna be
Quite a cheap-
traveling anyway the day before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
saw what Alex put. That's hype.
Yeah.
Just
Hype.
put part of
Usually-
GB's
okay.
stream in the podcast, Resident Sleeper.
What if GB comes on the podcast during the 24-hour stream? That
Yeah.
no.
That'd be a big monk, yes, if you ask me.
Yeah, like I think
Yeah.
she's already got stuff
Yeah,
planned.
we don't wanna intrude.
Yeah.
But anyway. Meetups. Love meetups. Yeah, we do plan on meeting up with Alex around that time, but
Make sure you give her a massive hug from me, please.
I don't know.
Massive. She's
She's
gonna
great.
meme on me so
Make
hard.
sure to bite her from me. Thanks.
Nope.
Okay, that just took.
A peck at the least, right? Just
That's
peck.
also.
You're not helping
Nope, that's
yourself.
not.
What?
Digging a big hole.
Fly above and do poop. Yep.
Oh my god. Okay, let's move on.
Okay, moving on.
So video games, guys. Am I right?
What a segue.
Never heard of them.
What?
What a segue.
That-
What? Wait, okay.
Video games, my
I'll
dude.
admit we need to work on that, but
Oh my god.
What are you on about?
what? My segue.
Being
is
a
awful.
bird and pooping on people is perfectly fine.
I
Best
love
video
it.
game.
I love you, Griff, just saying. But
Oh,
yes,
thanks.
video games.
Yes.
I love
Video
video
games.
games. I play them.
I
all the
love
time.
video games.
I'm one of the youngins playing video
Uh-huh.
games all the time.
Same. Never heard of games.
Yes, his inspirational
Thank you,
speeches
Tillium.
are amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Post a clip of that later. Anyway, video
Yeah.
games.
Griffin,
So what's up?
video games.
Am I right?
Yep.
What
I love video
specifically
games.
about video games, Griffin?
What specifically?
Hmm.
So kind of wanted to talk about what you think. What do you guys think makes a video game good? Whether that be single player, multiplayer, just
Both.
what makes a game appealing to you, and why do you keep playing it, or why do you like a certain video game? I guess.
Okay.
Friends.
All right, who's gonna go first for
Wingo
this?
just
Who wants to step
started
up?
it. Alright, Wingo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you further that thought?
Well, first of all, I need to get my money's worth. You know, you gotta. If you're only playing it for like 10 hours and it's $40, not worth, is it? It's gotta be worth it for a start. And then also multiplayer, as mentioned in the previous podcast. You know, I'm one with the people. I can't play single player
Man of
games.
the people,
It's not my
Mhm.
thing. But things like Overwatch, teammates, you know,
Mhm.
climb into Grandmaster together. It's all good.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's my appeal. You know, fighting against Brigitte in season 10 was very fun. Most entertaining Grab Dragon experience on Earth.
SQ button.
11 out of 10 would recommend. It's on half price right now. Check it out, blizzard.com.
Buy
Get yourself Overwatch.
Sponsored by Blizzard.
Sponsored by
And
Blizzard.
us.
Make sure you buy Stephanie Q key. Just saying. It's gonna be spammed.
What is?
So Ray,
The
what kind of
key.
games do you like, huh?
The
What
alt
kind of
key.
games do I
The
like?
letter Q.
Uh-huh.
Grab dragon, grab dragon, grab.
Grab Dragon is my favorite game.
Uh-huh. Same.
It
Go ahead,
depends.
Ray.
It depends if you're doing like single player or multiplayer. Obviously, for single player games, you're gonna have to have a good story. That's
Of course.
like the main thing. Being able to be, what's the word? Well, immersed into like
Immersed? Yeah.
like a world and a setting. It's important. Gameplay is obviously a close second. Being able to play the game smoothly is another important thing. But I also don't mind games like, well, hey, some people are gonna be like, hey, but Life is Strange, like just the gameplay of it. Like also what are they called? The Telltale games.
Say the
Telltale.
gameplay's.
It's
is
not. It's
the
not.
engaging
Yeah, it's
part
not like the
of
game.
most
It's not gameplay entire. It's not like a
It's
game. I wouldn't call.
purely the
Yeah, I wouldn't
story.
call it a game. It's like a.
It's an interactive story,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
I heard you really like Life is Strange, JeTz. Would you like
Oh.
provide some input?
All I'm saying is I'm so glad Glow is playing it next
Oh
week.
yay!
Oh shit! What the hell?
She is, yes. And, unfortunately, I can't make it to that
Yeah,
stream.
you know, I got a birthday
Oh,
party. You know, I gotta-
Really
basketball
unlucky. I'll make sure
game.
to
Yeah.
clip all of it and send it all
I
to
just
you.
don't want to watch it again.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I do understand, yeah.
Like,
You've watched it once.
to
it
be
will
honest,
definitely-
Bruce fails.
like,
That's better.
my hatred for Life is Strange is mostly purely for the fact that in GB's 12-hour birthday stream, 10 hours of it was Before the Storm, and it felt like 3 hours of it was D&D.
I feel like it was close to
So-
14 hours, wasn't it? I think it was a bit longer than 12.
Yeah, it was a
No.
14-hour stream.
Was it 14 hours? No, it
No,
wasn't.
it's 12. Okay.
It was 12
it? I
because
fe-
it
I
was
feel like it was
10 hours
longer.
of Life is Strange and then 2 hours of keyboard. I could.
Anyway,
You got me doubting myself now.
Ray, continue.
So yeah, single player games, story.
Yeah.
Gameplay. If it's revolving around gameplay like God of War. I just finished that the other day. Yesterday. Yeah.
And your thoughts?
On the game.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into it too much because Wes and I have already talked it to
Oh
death.
no spoilers. No
I'm
spoilers.
just talking about the game
Boy.
in general. But
Boy.
bottom line is the game is good, not balanced for the hardest difficulty. I don't want to get into it too much, but yeah, the game is definitely worth a playthrough. The story is interesting. The combat feels good when it at least in the hardest difficulty when you get the equipment and all the abilities and stuff. It feels alright. But yeah, it's definitely worth a
Question
playthrough.
for you on God of War. Do you think it's a contender for Game of the Year so far?
I'm trying to think of what else is coming out this year.
Kingdom Hearts 3,
Well, if
hopefully.
Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, it'd probably lose to that. Maybe Monster Hunter if it comes out.
Oh, yeah,
If it comes
Monster
out this
Hunter.
year, I think it's supposed to come out in fall of this year.
Monster Hunter came out this year, but like for PS4.
Yeah,
and
technically it
Xbox,
came out this year for PS4, but if it comes out for PC,
PC, yeah.
it'll probably blow it out of the water. Hopefully,
Are you asking like personal game of the year, or are you talking about like
actual
award show
game
game of the year?
To
To
be honest, both.
Well,
both
yeah, I'm
sound
still
good.
kind of talking in both in general, I guess, like in both ways.
Yeah. Because from what I've seen, I definitely feel like it will win awards.
Yeah, the game
for
looks
sure.
beautiful on a PS. Like I was
Yes.
shocked. Like I'm usually a PC player, but obviously God of War is only PlayStation exclusive. So I was like, okay, I have a PS4. I might as well buy the game and play it. And I only have like a regular PS4, and I mean it doesn't run at the desired 60 frames per second, but the game looks absolutely amazing. And it's just like I was blown away about how beautiful it looks, and the music in that game too.
Even I can't see past the
is
Soundtrack is very
great,
good. Yeah.
But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 if it comes out, Monster Hunter World if it comes out, definitely contenders for the game of the year this year. I'm not. I feel like I'm missing like a few games.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. It seems like a pretty lackluster year.
I mean,
I mean,
like
there's
Kingdom Hearts
obviously
3 is
COD and
Battlefield.
Battlefield, which
I don't think those are ever contenders for game of the year, honestly.
I think I would want to discuss Battlefield after this question, if you don't mind, Griff, because I know you were excited for Battlefield.
Sure.
Yeah. Nice. But yeah, Ray, are you done there with your point, or because you talked about single player?
Well, I'm just saying for multiplayer games, the biggest thing for me is the competitive side of it, being able to
Right.
just compete not only like through ranked mode, but like external, like tournaments and whatnot. That's important for me. So things like Overwatch and COD, and being able to go back to it and the replayability of it, I guess, and make like the gameplay and it doesn't get repetitive, I guess, for me anyway. Like Overwatch, I've played Overwatch for a while. Yeah, I put it down for like a few months maybe sometimes, but like I always come back to it. I find that common, like with COD. I find myself picking up like a COD every year or two, even though I've been playing it for years. And same with like Dota or any MOBA really. Like you don't really stop playing. I guess the frequency at which you play it kind of diminishes over the years. But like I don't know. For me, I usually try to like stick to a few, and just like kind of sporadically go back to them. So like Dota. Yeah, if I ever play League, I'll play League for on and off, but I think I'll always go back to Dota as long as it's not dead, which it seems to be like the route it's taking right now. But that's a topic for another time, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, JeTz.
Yeah. Okay. So, what makes a video game good? Single player. I definitely agree with Ray. I'm going to use a game called Spec Ops: The Line as an example here. The gameplay is nothing like revolutionary or anything like that. It's a generic third-person shooter, cover-based. But the story in it is absolutely incredible. I played it and I was like, okay, combat's a bit meh, but the story in it drags you in and punches you in the face. And definitely, if you see it on offer, like very cheap, I would recommend just picking it up for like 1 or 2 playthroughs because the story is just so good. But yeah, very good writing, character development as well. You can't have bland characters. I mean, the latest Mass Effect, like they're droids basically. They're meant to be people, but yeah,
It's like going to a theme park and interacting with the
yeah,
robot
With a
things.
wall.
yeah. It's just relatable characters as well. That's an interesting point. Like I already spoke about my love for Uncharted previously, but Nathan Drake is, he's in the game. He's kind of like a superhero, but his personality and stuff is like just a regular guy. So you kind of just relate to him. Which of course you develop a like relationship to the character, which then brings you into the game more. So I would say a very good story. You don't need groundbreaking gameplay. Gameplay needs to be fun though. You want to be able to enjoy playing a video game. If it's a buggy mess, then there's no point. So relatable, likable characters, even characters you hate, like you just love to hate certain characters. On the multiplayer side, I would definitely say replayability. I would say I tend to shy away from video games that lock content behind DLC. Like I jumped on the Destiny 2 hype train with everyone else.
Oh boy.
That died. That died
Made the
real
mistake
quick.
of buying it.
Yeah, it died. It died real quick, and then what do you know? The DLC comes out, and they actually locked content that was in the base game behind DLC, which is a load of shite, to be honest. That's a scumbag move, and that just drags you. You don't want to be playing that.
And the fact that the DLC came out like 2 months after the game came out is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like,
I also want to talk about Fortnite because Fortnite gets a lot of attention and love from its developers. So it's nice to play a video game, invest the time in, and you know that they will still be working on this video game after months and months and months instead of just dropping it. Because the thing is, with the games that come out every year, COD, FIFA, that kind of thing, it will get the attention, but that next year it's just going to be dropped because the next one's out.
Yep.
And it's like, you play it, you jump on the hype train, and after a few months, you're like, well, is there any point? Because like next year, the next one's out. So I would definitely say a video game that has the support and care from the developers as well. That will keep you invested, and that definitely makes a video game good as well. So because they have faith in their own product, basically.
I get that.
Very good
It's
point.
best to play Overwatch as well because they're still like updating. I mean, it's kind of different because it's competitive shooter.
Yeah.
Well, not competitive shooter, but like,
I get what you're saying.
you know.
Very friendly community. It's very welcoming.
I mean, they're still adding, more heroes. They're adding new maps.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's all free. Like the updates, you buy the game once.
Yeah.
You can purchase loot boxes,
Cosmetics,
which
yep.
we're actually going to talk about later, by the way. But every single update, every new character, every new map is free. So everyone gets to play that. They get to enjoy it or hate it
Definitely.
together.
Hmm.
I'm not going to name names.
But yeah, that's the thing. Any like gameplay aspect to it, it's not locked behind paid content or DLC. They're constantly updating it. Like I said, they add new heroes and stuff. You don't have to pay for those either. It's just that's great. That the only thing that you pay for is cosmetics in the game, and I mean, other than the game itself, obviously you're paying for the base game, but then like if you want more stuff, it's just cosmetics, and that's it.
I also want to add a point as well. It doesn't apply to every game, but I
Mhm.
would also say esports.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like I watch Overwatch League,
Overleg.
Overleg, and that I watch it. I see these talented players, and I'm like, I really want to play Overwatch now. And then I cry because I just can't do the flicks and stuff that they do. But it gets you wanting to play the game, you know.
Oh,
It
definitely.
gives you something to follow as well.
For sure. I watch LCS, League, esports, and whenever I do, I'm very tempted to play League again. However, I'm smart enough to
Yeah.
not play
Not.
it. But yeah, like a very healthy, successful esport will do wonders for a video game as well.
Mhm. Very
How Blizzard were able to craft like the esports for Overwatch, because when it first started out, it was a mess, but now it's very popular because they've been able to make it clearer for new viewers. They've managed to get talented cast on, casting hosts, stuff like that. And as well, they've done things on Twitch like the Access Pass, which obviously helps.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of work that they put into like
Yeah, you can
marketing
tell
and stuff for this
for
Overwatch shit.
sure. Like it's the whole putting effort and love into their product, so you can see they care. So obviously, you should invest time into that because it's not going to be dropped anytime soon.
Yeah, I get you. So for me, what makes a video game good?
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a while since I've really played single player games, but for a while, I'm just like an RPG fan. Like I used to play a lot of Elder Scrolls, not Skyrim. Skyrim is an abomination.
I'm
And-
glad someone shares that view with me. I'm so glad.
Oblivion and Morrowind are my favorite Elder Scrolls games. Well, mostly because I played them and not the other ones, but also Skyrim was kind of disappointing because of how like stripped down they made it compared to they made it like super, I wouldn't say mainstream, but they streamlined a lot of stuff that I didn't think need to be mainstream. Like the combat was kind of weird. Like you hold magic in one hand, or you hold magic on the other hand, or you could do. They were making it like, I don't know. I didn't like it. All the complexity that they took out, I don't think was not needed. It wasn't making the game much more complicated than it already is. With Skyrim, they kind of just like, oh yeah, equip weapons, equip armor, equip magic, and that's like all you do, and that's all there is. The depth to your character, other than like making it. Anyway, I went on a tangent about Skyrim and why I don't like it as much as the other ones. But I used to play a lot of like JRPGs a lot. So what makes the game good to me is definitely the story, because you invest at
A
least
lot of
100
time.
hours,
Yeah.
especially in JRPGs.
Yeah.
You go through this whole journey of stuff with these characters, and just like, and also good characters also make a video game really good to me. That's why I like Kingdom
Sure.
Hearts. I mean, they're like shallow now that I think about it. It's very, it's not, I don't know. They're kind of, like I said last week, they're kind of like anime like, and there's like one dimension to them. I don't know. I'm just talking shit about Kingdom Hearts now. I'm just talking shit about games that I like. But I really like the characters, and just like, I wouldn't say good complex characters, just likable characters. I think makes it very
Right. Yeah.
fun. Stuff like Borderlands, stuff like that.
Oh.
It's really fun and it's funny, but there's not like a lot of depth to them. It's just kind of like,
True.
yeah, they're characters and they're very animated and all that stuff.
Handsome Jack is one of my favorite video game
Oh yeah,
villains.
it's a really funny
Tiny
villain.
Tina.
Oh
Yeah.
man, of
You know,
course.
oh my god.
And
Rabies right there.
Yep.
also really solid gameplay.
Yes.
something that makes you feel like powerful, like that. I was talking about this the other day on like Ray's stream and how I play stuff on like normal difficulty just because I can't be bothered with just going through a level over and over again and just like dying for like stupid shit. I'm just like, that's not fun to me. That's kind of like
Right.
artificial difficulty if like they're just buffing the health and like making it so that you get one shot. That's not fun to me. What the hell is that?
Yeah.
If enemies are like challenging you, making you do different stuff, and like, I mean, I guess kind of one-shotting is something that makes you be more careful, but that's not hard to me. That's just like bullshit in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that, to be honest. Like a game, it shouldn't be difficult in the sense that, oh, you know, one tiny cough and you're dead. I would like to see a video game where the lower the difficulty, the more simple the AI is.
Yeah,
But
Yeah, that's how
exactly.
it should be.
the
Stuff
higher
like
the
that.
difficulty, you know, they start parrying, they start properly dodging and stuff like that.
Even just
Like,
add new
you know,
mechanics entirely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That, yeah, like you could have a boss fight that, you know, you fight the boss and he retreats, and then, you know, you have to change your playstyle because it remembers how you play
Yeah.
and does predictions and stuff like that. Like that would be so cool to play.
Mhm.
But the whole, oh, okay, you want to play on the highest difficulty? Okay, we're gonna sneeze on you. There you go, one shot.
That's
Uh,
why I really liked like Dark Souls and Bloodborne and stuff like that, because
Yeah.
you know, there is no difficulty. It's just
Difficult.
you have to adapt. Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
play better. You have to become better than like the
Monster
monster that you're fighting. Yeah. So yeah, same with Monster Hunter 2. You have to be smarter than the monster. You can't just like sit there and whack at it. You have to
Yeah, it's
you
like
know.
it's hard in the beginning because you don't know any of the combat
Exactly.
mechanics, and you don't know the monster mechanics or whatever. And then
Yeah,
as you learn
that's why
it,
it's
you master
difficult.
it, it becomes more easy.
Mhm.
And then you do it all again with
Yeah,
the next
definitely.
monster. You know, it's like a completely new play style, and you gotta get used to like
Yeah.
timings and stuff. And that's the
Mhm.
fun of it.
Stuff like that. I mean, I think Borderlands 2 is guilty of that with the difficulty. Like when
Oh,
you raise the
yeah.
difficulty, it's
Of
yeah.
just more health
It's a
and
looter.
you get
It's a
one
loot shoot.
shot.
The loot and shoot game.
And that's, I don't know, Diablo kind of does that as well.
Oh,
When
yeah,
you up
of
the
course.
difficulty, it's just more health and they could one shot you, but they kind of add like the new like different power-ups, not power-ups, but the abilities that they do. They could like do lightning or like fire instead, and other than just whacking you. I don't know.
They
It's
had the affixes of
it's
the
different.
monsters.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
there's the very small changes which are refreshing. Yeah.
Mhm. And just like, well, with Diablo, the appeal to that is not killing the monsters; it's getting like the loot and shit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and killing the monsters faster
To get more loot.
to get
Yeah,
better
yeah,
loot.
it's-
Yeah.
That's
So it's
it's the
grinding
circle
shit.
of life.
Mhm.
More loot. There you go.
To get
But,
more things, to get more loot.
Yeah,
Feels goblin, man.
Yep.
that's how Monster Hunter is pretty much as well.
Yeah, kind of. It's to progress to the higher tiers of monsters, just to you know,
Mhm.
to get cooler and better loot. Yeah.
Mhm. But like single player games, like the gameplay, if it's responsive, it makes you feel like powerful. You know, you feel like you did something in the game. You're not just like this little shit. I guess that's why like the Call of Duty games are so like fun. Like the single player I'm talking about.
Mm.
Super soldier.
You're like you're just running around shooting a bunch of guys. They can't do anything to you.
You regenerate HP. You're just
Yeah,
invincible.
exactly. Stuff like that. I don't know like specifics about gameplay that make me like a game, but well, like I just said, you feel powerful. You feel like you're doing something. I guess.
Hmm.
Um,
That's fair. That's fair.
in multiplayer games, it's definitely definitely heavily based on the gameplay.
Mhm.
Obviously, there's no story. I don't think there should be anyway. I like how in Overwatch they have like the little lore bits and stuff like that. And if I'm
Yeah,
more
that's good.
interested,
That's good.
yeah. If I'm more interested, I can delve into it. But like the game's not taken away if you don't know this shit, stuff like that.
The shorts too. They're so good.
Oh yeah,
They
Mhm.
I
Honestly.
would love to see a Overwatch movie just
Mhm.
done
Oh.
by Blizzard. Like
Mhm.
even World of Warcraft, like just do it as like a 2-hour long cinematic.
Yeah.
There you go. That's all you
Silly.
need to do.
Warcraft has
Like-
had a movie, not the one like that
Not
was
the
in
live
theaters, but they
action.
had like, yeah, exactly. They had CGI like movie that was like straight to DVD, I think, or something like that.
Mm.
Or maybe they included it with one of their games, but those were really
Mm.
good too as well. So
See, what I would love to happen is to see the story of Arthas be done in either live action or as a, super long cinematic movie, because Arthas is such a good character in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like him turning into the Lich King and all that is it's
Spoilers?
just fantastic. I'm sorry.
I heard nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know much about
Whoops.
World of Warcraft, so I don't really know.
Aircraft.
Yeah, neither do I.
There's orcs and trolls and dwarves.
God
Wow.
damn.
That's for another podcast.
Lord of the
Being
Rings
informed
in a
on,
game?
World of Warcraft.
There is Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings Online.
Yeah. Did you guys ever try
I
that?
did. I
Nope.
have
I
it
think
on
I did.
disc still.
Oh my god.
I also have
Okay.
WoW still on disc as well. I have a lot of games.
Same actually. Same. Oh my god. I've got them somewhere.
Mhm.
Oh my god. Sorry, Gryphon. We've just
No, it's
interrupted
I
you.
don't care. But yeah, definitely the gameplay and making it easier to play with your friends and stuff like that. I mean, that's why I
Yes.
play multiplayer games. If it's less enjoyable playing with the friends, then that's wrong in my opinion.
Yeah.
There's some games that are guilty of that. I don't know any, like in particular, but I've played some games where I felt like, well, this is just, I mean, like six stacking in Overwatch, it's just harder, and you're just like, well, why do we play together?
Grab Dragon?
We want to.
Yeah.
We want
I
to play
mean-
together, so like if it's harder to play together, it's not encouraging to play
Yeah.
together.
Like that's the downfall of six stacking, because obviously everyone knows each other, everyone can play off each other, but it's the same for the enemy team.
Yeah, same with the enemies.
So, if you're not communicating and doing that stuff, well, the enemy team most likely will be.
Mhm.
So, it can be very close games. It can be one-sided stomps. Obviously, it feels great to win a one-sided stomp, but it feels terrible to be on the other side. But that
Yeah, for
shit
sure.
happens. So, but yeah, definitely good point about multiplayer being, like being able to play with friends, like have an enjoyable time with friends,
Yeah,
because
definitely. You shouldn't just be playing like, you shouldn't just be playing the same game at the same time. I know
Yeah.
some games are kind of like that. Kind of like MMOs, sort of. It's kind
Mhm.
of similar, but you should play together and like it should feel like you're playing together in the same like game and shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could elaborate too much on that,
Mhm.
but you guys get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Also, like the progression system in multiplayer games. I mean, there's not so much of it in Overwatch. You just get loot boxes and you level up and stuff, but
Yeah, you get better at the game.
you get
but
better. Yeah, that's the
There's
progression
nothing
there.
like there's the reward is you get better, you get a very nice badge,
Mhm.
and if you get extremely good at the game, you could become a pro. But that's the same with every game, to be honest. But yeah, very nice progression. Rewards is another thing as well, because it's all about investing time.
Mhm.
And if there's a nice reward in a game that you see, like, oh, that weapon looks extremely nice, and then you grind your way to be able to unlock it or something like that, you're gonna feel like an absolute badass when you start using the damn thing.
Mhm.
But yeah, definitely.
Uh,
You good?
yeah, I think that's all I really have to say about just the
No.
gameplay. I think is the heavy part about it, and playing with
Gameplay,
friends
yeah.
is obviously it's multiplayer. I obviously like competing against other people, but I like playing
Yeah.
with friends better
Yeah.
than like
sure.
stomping on other
Yeah.
people. Stomp on
Definitely.
other people with friends. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
most
yeah.
fun we have.
I'm very glad you brought up playing with friends, because our next topic talks about toxicity in video games.
Sorry.
Playing with friends will allow you to kind of avoid that if you have very nice friends.
Hi,
It also
JeTz.
ruin friendships. as well.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, I mean, everyone talks about it. I'm no angel, to be honest.
what do you mean?
I'm a toxic fuck. I've tried to turn it down, I promise.
As long as you're trying, that's all that matters.
I am trying. I'm trying desperately. I don't want to be. I've said it before. I don't want to be the person that is. Oh, he's the salty one. Like I really hate that. I despise it.
I think we do it just to annoy you now. So I'm...
Yeah. But like I've toxicity in video games. We kind of elaborated this with Vest.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like as I said, in multiplayer games like Overwatch, if you have a text chat which allows you to speak to the enemy team, all it will do is bring toxicity. To be honest, like no one will use it to talk to each other. Oh, did you have a nice day? No one does that kind of
It's
thing.
just
Let's be honest.
abuse.
Sometimes.
Just your
Yeah,
shit.
one second. There was
Well,
one time, like
you
a
have
couple
that-
days ago.
You have that one thing out of like
Yeah,
what 10,000
exactly. Yeah,
games.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's definitely a rare
Like-
occurrence.
Yeah, like I like how Hearthstone does it, where you can talk to people. Like you get a set of messages that you can do.
Like Rocket
Yeah,
League.
like Rocket League as well.
Yeah, I mean Rocket League, you could be toxic by just
Nice shot.
save,
What a
Nice shot.
going
save.
assist. Yeah. What a save! What a save! What a save! But yeah, like I feel like this day and age, toxicity in video games is becoming more and more of a thing that needs to be dealt with. Like certain games, I know League on certain servers is trying to counter it. Like that you will get rewards for being a nice player, for example. However, it doesn't punish people that really are toxic. Like, oh, okay, my account got banned. It's a free-to-play game. I'll just make another account. Hello.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's...
I mean, there's nothing really they could do apart from maybe an IP ban, but then people can just VPN or something like
Yeah.
that. But I feel like toxicity in video games, I'm saying this as someone that used to be extremely toxic. I'm still toxic at times. I think it needs to be taken more seriously by companies. It's nice to see companies actually to try and deal with it. I also feel toxicity, society nowadays as well, socially, Twitter, you just check at some replies, YouTube comments. It just breeds toxicity. So I feel like it's not just on video games. So I am going to go off topic a little bit. I think it's more of an issue with society nowadays, with being
the
able
internet.
to,
Just
being
the
able
internet.
to be a keyboard warrior. Because the thing is, no one knows who you are unless you make a name for yourself on the internet. And if you make yourself known on the internet, it can lead to very bad things because people can then find out where you live. They can get your real names, stuff like that, which can lead to very, very bad things.
Swatting as well.
Yeah, I'm glad that's died down a bit.
That has died down. Unfortunately, it's still a thing. Recently, there was someone that got swatted and died, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was a few months
It
ago.
must have been.
Unless there was another one recently.
Yeah, like I feel like just society as a whole, to be honest, is toxic right now. With being able to, because anyone can make an account on Twitter, Facebook, or whatever, and just be an asshole.
Yeah.
Like even it's what I don't understand, especially on Facebook. You put your actual name, your address, and all that, and you come up with saying a bunch of shit, and it's like, well, why, when they can see where you live, which school you went to,
I've never gone to the depths of that on Facebook.
Yeah, I just hide it all.
I've it's one of the reasons why I left Facebook.
Not even just like the commenting and stuff like that. I don't interact with that. I just kind of like look at my feed. So I don't know how bad it is on Facebook. I'm sure it's bad. I'm sure there's a lot of weird people on the internet.
Yeah.
On Facebook especially.
It's extremely bad.
They're just like, oh hey, yeah.
And I feel like the thing is, if the company takes action, then people will expect it done to basically everything. Because otherwise it'll be like, oh, you're only doing this to this, so you're obviously promoting this side, blah, blah, blah. And then it just becomes a massive mess. So probably they just like to sit back and just let it unfold and only step in when they need to. But I don't know. I feel like this is going... Like, I don't want to, like, put like regulations and stuff like that on the internet because everyone deserves their freedom on the internet. You know, there are rules which need to be followed and then dealt with. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
No, I get you. Yeah, people can do some really shitty things to other
exactly.
people.
Yeah.
Just
And
by having like a lot of info on them and just being an asshole in general. That's
Safety of being behind a screen.
yeah.
it's shitty.
So unfortunately, it's not something that's just in video games. It's just something that's on the internet, and even in person. You know, that shit can happen. You know, but that's I feel like that's an entirely different topic altogether. So I don't want to go into that in much detail. But yeah, what were your thoughts on toxicity in video games, guys?
Yeah, I was about to say I'm gonna bring it back to video games and
Yeah.
say that some of my worst experiences with toxicity is actually from like my own teammates, not like from you guys, but like
Oh,
Yeah.
random people that I've had
mine
on
is-
like my team in like Overwatch. I'm like, God
Overwatch, definitely.
yeah, I'm like,
Oh.
God damn, just this guy is such an asshole. Like, why are you such an asshole? I've never
You're
had
so shit. Blah blah
Were you-
blah.
Were you there when you were playing as a 4-stack? And
maybe.
it was on Hanamura. And basically, we died in a grav.
Mhm.
Like we got sucked in, obviously, and died on second point up top left. And the person on our team saw we were a 4-stack, sorry, and was like, "Fucking shit, 4-stack," and just left the voice channel, started speaking shit in the text channel, and just threw the game purely off of that one grav death.
I feel like I've ran into that before.
Like
But
the
yeah.
thing is, if he actually played it like the rest of the game properly without
Could have
being an
won.
asshole,
Yeah.
that was a
Definitely
one
could've won.
game. Like we managed to make it so close by this guy throwing and not healing as Moira and doing stuff like that. Like the thing is, you're punishing yourself.
Oh no,
because
I was there. I remember he
Yeah.
just
I
held the
think
right
I was
click.
there as well.
Yeah. You're punishing yourself because you're losing SR, and what do you know? This 4-stack is going to report you. And I remember the next time I logged into Overwatch, I got that nice screen that said, "Oh, the person you've reported has been punished."
Mhm.
And I
Thank
like
you.
to think it was that dude.
Yeah.
But yeah,
yeah.
it's just the thing that the fact that they're teammates and you guys are supposed to work together, you feel like, I don't know,
For
kind of like
sure.
betrayed, and you're just like, God damn, you're such
Yeah.
an asshole.
There's a lot of people out there that think in a lot of video games, to be honest, but Overwatch, where they can carry the game single-handedly.
Yeah.
Now, that's the thing. Overwatch is a team-based game. Even if you're a godlike player, you know, you still need to be able to work off of your team because the enemy team can just dogpile you, you're
Oh, yeah.
out, and the rest of your team gets steamrolled.
It's definitely a blessing and a curse that it's heavily reliant on your whole team. You're just like,
Yes.
you can carry. I don't know. With some heroes, you probably can like do a lot that carries, but if the other team's not like a bunch of
Idiots.
potatoes,
Yeah.
you could, they could definitely stop
Just
you
focus
from.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just
There's
like,
not
man.
much you can do against 6 people alone.
But yeah, I think it's just the fact that some of my teammates have been like such assholes and stuff like that. It's awful. I mean, in other games like Call of Duty, it's the other team that probably bothers me. I mean, other than your teammates sucking, you could kind of like do a lot in Call of Duty to, you know, like, well, we lost that game because, you know, whatever. I don't know. The other team's really good. They got a lot of kills. They got more kills than us. It's Call of Duty. But
Yeah.
yeah, I've never ran into much stuff. I mean, the other teams talk shit. That's like the most toxicity I get. I'm like, yeah, whatever. It doesn't bother me. I mean, it does bother me, but
See, that only really bothers me if, like, I'm going to use one of the deathmatch games that I recently played, Comp Deathmatch. It threw me into a game against a top 500 player, and he was the most toxic piece of shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He would get a kill, he would stop just to type and talk shit to that person, and
yeah,
it's like,
no, that's awful.
why are you doing that? It's clear you're top 500, you know, you're top 500 on the fucking server. We get it, you're good. Stop rubbing it in our faces.
Yeah,
Like, you don't need to be an asshole. Like,
But,
you're talking shit to a gold player. You know, do you
So,
feel good doing that?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what it is. It's just they know that they're better, and they're just like, well, you can't do shit.
yeah, it's like, I mean, I'm glad that person actually finished last. You know? So I played against him twice. He won the first one where he didn't really talk shit, but then he must have got frustrated and finished last. So
Yeah.
that was quite funny. But yeah, like it's something that needs to be looked into, I believe.
Yeah.
Like more than it is. Like it's clear that developers are trying to think of something, but obviously they're going to prioritize things that make them money. For example, like there's different departments, obviously, that look into player, behavior, and then there's, just using Overwatch as an example. You got the player behavior, you got the people that make maps, then got the people that make characters, and you got people that make skins. So there's obviously different teams working on different things, but you have to think in the company maybe those certain teams get priority over others. So
I get you.
yeah,
Ray, Wingo, you guys have any input on
You
toxicity?
guys,
Punishment can also be too severe or too light though, because like you can go to like, I don't know, chat ban them, but then communication is a very key part of most games, and some people don't have microphones, etc.
Definitely
Or
not
it's
good.
way too light. It's like a temporary ban, and they'll just come back and do it again, and it's usually without consequence.
Yeah, I think people try and struggle with the middle ground on punishment.
it's tough.
Very
You
difficult.
gotta be harsh
Yeah.
enough to get the point across, like to cut it out, but you can't make it too harsh that it'll
You
hinder
can't just
everyone
like straight up
else.
ban them and
Yeah,
remove
that's
them.
the thing. It's unfortunate that you even have to think about that, but
You guys pretty much hit all the nails on the head, and like there's
Yeah.
not really much for us to say about it. And that's not a bad
I
thing.
get
I'm just
you.
saying, like that's
Oh yeah.
more or less like hopefully how everyone feels.
yeah.
Let's go with this. This is actually going to be our last topic because we're only due an hour and a half episode.
That was crazy.
Alright.
Though.
I kind of
Yeah.
expected
An
this
hour
to
and
be
15 minutes.
how it went, though. To be honest,
Yeah,
we play a lot of video games. We have a lot to say about it.
Yeah,
Gonna ramble, yeah.
Title this episode "Video Games, Video Games, Video Games." Literally that verbatim, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole quote,
Okay.
that whole quote, the whole Gryphon quote.
Yeah,
That verbatim.
verbatim.
I
please.
love Brigitte.
So Fortnite Season 4.
Yeah.
What should be changed, and what are your thoughts on it?
Shotguns are fucking stupid.
This was sent in by Toasty.
Toasty.
Toasty with
I
the
saw
Toasty.
he was in the chat earlier. If
Okay.
you're still here,
I hope you're still here, Toasty.
yeah.
Thanks for sending that in.
Thank you for sending this in. We're gonna do this justice for you. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Wingo, do you have some stuff to elaborate on Fortnite?
Oh, there's so much stuff. Right. First of all, they added hop rock things. It's why?
The hop
I
rock?
guess
Oh, yeah.
it's appealing to younger people, I'd assume. I mean, it's just you basically get superpowers, and it's pretty unfair on others how you can just they're limited as well. So you go to certain hotspots. There's like a bunch of them. You just snort them like a good old yeah.
Good old
And then
air.
you have the ability to jump around and just wreck people. So that's one thing I hate. And then another thing, shotguns are way too overpowered in that game. You will
Yes.
not see anything other than shotguns within close range combat. If you don't use one, you've basically lost. So like early game, you'll notice, oh, shotgun. You pick it up and you'll just slaughter everyone. Whereas you have I don't know, the SMGs, which are trash.
I don't think anybody
I know,
uses
they're not-
those.
Yeah, they're
terrible,
just
but-
so they're
I-
really, really bad in comparison.
I've seen Frivy used purple SMG over shotguns before, and she's wrecked. I think it completely depends on the situation and playstyle of the people in game. But yeah, I totally agree. The shotguns are ridiculously overpowered. Only in the enemy's hands, though.
Yeah,
Like,
if you use a pump yourself, you'll only do 7 damage. I promise you.
Exactly. Like, whenever I face against someone that's got a pump action, like I get one shot, whereas I pick up the pump action, I shoot them in the chest and head, and what do you know? 6 damage. That's a feels good, man.
Yeah, seems about right.
Yeah, the jump stones do not respawn. No,
It
they're
feels
limited.
very RNG with the pump. Like I love the combat with like assault rifles and stuff like that. I barely snipe, but if I pick up a scar, I'm going to use that the whole game because I just love shooting the damn thing. Shotguns though, I
I feel like I don't know. I don't play a lot of Fortnite, but I feel like the bloom in it is kind of extremely random. I think
It
it
is.
shows you this whole area, and it could go like anywhere in that area. That's what it
yeah.
feels like to me, anyway.
They
I don't
kind of
know.
combated that a little bit with the like first
First
shot
shot
hit
accuracy.
scan, but
Yeah,
it's like
you're gonna
it
stand
helps.
there and wait, line up your
It
shot.
helps,
I feel
but
like
it's
with certain guns, like especially the legendaries, it should be more than just one shot.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
for example, Soldier on Overwatch, he can shoot 4 shots before it starts spraying.
Mhm.
So I feel like Fortnite could implement something like that where it's 2 or 3 shots and then it
Should be,
starts
yeah,
doing.
burst. Burst
Well,
should-
yeah, I mean the legendary burst, if anyone's used it, is ridiculous because it's so pinpoint. Like it actually is hit scan, basically. Um,
That's the
you
thing
just
with
have to
like
track.
those battle royale games is like the range and stuff like that. That they want to like make it more realistic, I guess, with the bullet or more fair. Like
you
you
can
can't
just
snipe
laser
someone
beam people across the map. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Scoped AR is very good for that
Yeah.
because it's hit
Yeah.
scan. You just tap, 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 dead.
Yeah,
It's just like I said, like the randomness of like the bloom and all that. It bothers me. I'm not good at the game as well, so this is very biased
Mhm.
opinion.
yeah.
Um,
The thing is with Fortnite is a lot of people drop in the same places. So, if you land, for example, towards the edges of the map, you could loot and then your first fight, there will only be about 40 people left in the game
mhm.
because everyone's already dropped to tilted in other places and there's been so many fights. And what do you know? The people that win those fights are the better players. And it gets to the point where you might as well just drop there because that's where everyone else is going. You'll get into more fights that way. Of course, you'll die a lot because someone gets luckier with the drops. But it's just personally, I prefer Fortnite over PUBG.
I don't agree with that.
That's just me though. Like I play PUBG a lot, but I just found Fortnite to be, with Fortnite, I'll play a game, I'll die, I want to then play another one. Whereas with PUBG, because the games go on for so damn long, especially if you make it into like the top 10,
Because the map's
know,
so huge, you're just
yeah.
waiting.
you're like, okay, I'm doing nothing, and then just out of nowhere you get sniped, and then it's like, yeah, that's just frustrating. I don't want to play another one.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
The thing that I only say this because I'm trash at it, I would love for there to be a game mode on Fortnite where there's no building.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to try
I was
that.
gonna say about that.
I would really love to play that because that way you can actually improve with your fights. I feel like they could make different playlists. Like there's the normal game type, there's obviously the rotation ones that come out with like 50 versus 50. However, there should be another one where it's purely just the gunfights and stuff like that.
That's
No
like-
building.
That's like, what is it? It's like maybe 70% of like the game though in like the last
Yeah,
maybe like 20 or 30. That's like imperative, I think, to it.
definitely.
And I'm
Definitely.
not saying I'd be against it. I'm just saying like I think Epic was I think they're conscious about how people feel about the building in
and it's like it has
take it away.
semi-destructible objects as well, so
Yeah.
it'll be a little bit different in the way that they could take it out, I guess, but if they keep the destruction in, like it's just gonna be barren, like an open, like open field,
Yeah.
which may not
they
be a
could
bad
make-
thing, but it could
They
definitely
could
frustrate
make
some people.
a new map, which is very urban with lots of walls and stuff like that.
It's a lot of
you know,
effort for
keep
something
the-
that's. I mean,
Keep the destruction and stuff like that.
I
but
wouldn't.
I just think it would be quite fun to
Yeah,
play.
I'm not saying it wouldn't. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that's a lot of effort that they would have to put into it too. Is something that they're already making a
For
lot of
sure.
money doing. So it's like probably
Yeah,
not
I
on
mean,
the
they're
table right now.
investing $100 million into tournaments.
Yeah, that too
You know,
seems.
maybe-
prize pools.
Yeah.
Shoulder peeking on either side is also something that they should add into the game. That
Yes,
PUBG has.
I agree.
Or maybe they come out with a no building mode and then people like it better and they're like, oh shit.
And then that becomes
Building's
the
part of
game.
the game.
I
You
know.
know, the main game
I personally
mode,
like the
you
building.
know?
Yeah, I don't think it'll ever not be a part of the game. It's
Mm.
just I want to try it out.
I would like to try it, but obviously Fortnite, it's built around building. Haha.
Build or shoot, build or shoot.
Yeah,
Shit.
and the last fight, whenever I play with like a squad, we usually end up in like the top 5,
Mhm.
and then what do you know? I get my ass handed to me, but it's purely because I suck at building.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
I lose a lot of fights because someone's got the better angle or height because they've built up. They've done the whole Speedy Gonzalez building up.
That shit's
A
Something
tower
definitely needs to be done
in
about building.
in 2 seconds, and you're just stood there like, what the fuck was that? How did you do that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they just peek over and boom, you're dead.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, okay,
all about
I
the high
like
ground.
I
Yeah.
like the building aspect. I think it could definitely be improved upon though. Like I think I've talked to you about this Wingo at least once or twice, but having like
Mm.
basically a
A
cooldown
limit.
on how you
Yeah.
build, and you can like stack up stacks more or less. So it's like you can place 5 like in your stack, I guess, without cooldown, and it'll whatever, and then it's like after you use one, it'll be like I don't know 5-10 seconds before you can place another one, and then
Mhm.
Yeah.
you can stack it up again back up to 5, and when you go into an engagement you can spam 5 place or tiles or whatever, walls or whatever.
Yeah.
And then have that be ticking throughout the fight until it's over or whatever.
Yeah. Because you'll
mean,
notice him. Go
Oh,
on.
go ahead, Wingo.
Oh, okay. Well, in firefights, you'll try and shoot down someone. They'll instantly place a wall, and because of the lack of cooldowns, they'll just spam build. You can't hurt them,
Yeah, especially
and
in
it also
solos.
negates half the weapons. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it seems like to me. Because I'm not very good at building. Obviously, there's strategy into building, but it feels like it's just like a spam fest sometimes. There's
Yeah.
like wall, 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 wall,
Yeah,
wall, wall, wall.
especially
Whoever
Okay,
builds
well,
better
fuck
wins.
especially when
this.
you're not
Yeah.
like I don't know what the right word is. I guess educated, informed. I guess, and like how to combat it.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of things that I've seen Ninja do that I would not even think to
Yeah.
come up with, because obviously he pours like hundreds and hundreds and
Yeah.
hundreds and hundreds, probably if not thousands of hours into that game. Then you hope you're learning something new.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
But yeah, especially like I definitely get that. It's like, oh yeah, I just kind of spam, but like, some of the plays.
And the thing is, as well, with like, whenever I play, it feels like ammo is so scarce.
Mm.
Like,
Mm.
the person, they've mined resources the whole game. They could keep spamming walls, but you're going to run out of ammo.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, that's not nice. So, how do you combat that? You hope you have an RPG or an LMG and spray them down before they can spam,
Mm.
Thing is,
It's,
building also counters most explosive weapons. Like, if you have an
True.
RPG, if you're good at building, it's useless against you. You just build a wall, it breaks, you just place another one, and it's like no point in the weapon even being in the game because it's
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
it's like, oh well, nice.
Fortnite's
It's
all right. I'll play
it's got
it.
its flaws. Yeah, it's
But as does
Yeah,
any
it's-
battle of Royale right now,
Mhm.
they all have their
Yeah,
pros and cons.
for sure.
but the argument against PUBG, yeah, its developers actually pay attention to the
Mhm.
game, hence
Yeah.
why, yeah, it's argued by
They're
JeTz.
constantly updating. I
Drop.
feel like I hear about
Yeah,
a Fortnite update every week.
Yeah, it's
yeah, it
crazy.
is every week.
And I'm just like, okay, well, this game's still going.
Yep.
Nice to hear. That was actually all we have time for today. For
More or
Yeah,
less.
that
For
went
topics.
surprisingly quick.
Yeah.
Again, Toasty, thank you for that question.
Uh-huh.
Appreciate it. And if you guys would like to send in any more questions, definitely there's a link down below. Let me see
Yeah.
if I can find it. Send in questions / topic ideas. That's what the link is. It's a Google form.
Yes.
Definitely fill it
And-
out.
For the second week in a row, we've gone through only half of the stuff that we planned.
I like it.
so
I
I
like it. I like how we can have conversations.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, I
I
feel
think
like
it's the video games, man. We can't stop.
Yeah,
No, that's
I mean,
good.
we're
Talk about
gamers.
video games
so
all
Yeah,
day.
no, that's good.
It's something we're
I
very comfortable
think-
with.
We're gonna have a chat about what we do next week, but I feel like the topics we should do. Obviously, we're gonna look at all of the topics and stuff that people write into us.
Mhm.
We always do. And I feel like what we've missed out we're just going to focus on, and we're obviously going to take some of the topics that we still have from GB as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because we haven't done any of those in a while.
We got through a lot of them though.
We
really
did,
Fast.
we did. But there's still some really, really good ones that I think we should go through. So we're gonna have a
Alright.
chat about that
Yeah, for sure.
for sure. And
There's like 2 minutes left, so I don't know if chat wants to talk about shit.
Indeed, pizza.
yeah,
There's
that
usually the
will
part where we
probably-
ask more questions, like to chat themselves to talk, but we have like a minute.
Rapid fire. Nice short
Yeah.
answer. One sentencers.
Yes, yeah,
Go chat.
yeah. Come on.
You're putting a lot of like pressure on
Yeah.
the chat right there.
Good.
Jesus.
Best cheese.
I don't eat many.
provolone.
So
You don't eat
mozzarella.
any cheese?
I don't eat much.
Dang.
All right.
Many.
JeTz,
I've not
favorite
tried
cheese.
many.
I'm gonna go with good old cheddar.
Cheddar. Ray.
Depends. Sandwich probably American.
Okay. Favorite curse word. Oh, well, hold on. No. That's
Fuck.
Is it true that the
Banana.
US needs to eliminate its national debt? That's not a quick question that I can answer. But sure, yes.
Try and get the panels up next to us. Yes.
Yes, for sure.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
Favorite
Very-
curse word. Fuck.
Yeah, fuck. Because this is
It's
very,
very
very yeah,
versatile.
exactly.
Banana.
But
Or
not
frick.
okay.
I mean, it depends. You can't bollocks as a swear word because that's my favorite word to say. Bollocks.
Is that just
Wanker.
scared? Sometimes. I don't know. I'm not really in the mood for it most of the time.
I don't like applesauce, so
Ray.
Never tried it.
Applesauce is amazing.
I like
Love
this.
applesauce.
I'm pretty sure this is kind of like what GB has planned for. See, very fast or very in depth, like deep
Fuck politics.
questions. Fuck politics. There you go.
Raspberries. Okay.
My favorite
that's not
Tasty.
flavor
raspberry.
of yogurt. That's my favorite flavor. Raspberry.
It's
Really?
raspberry? Okay. My favorite flavor of yogurt is actually vanilla.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Vanilla.
You-
Put
usually
granola in
they-
it, put some fruit.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Granola.
there you go.
Toasted hazelnuts. My name Ray.
Excuse me? Toasted
Alright,
almonds.
then.
Hello. I actually had some toasted almond ice cream yesterday. So
Shit.
How much on the
Never had
Sunday.
Papa John's. Domino's.
Domino's.
Domino's for me.
Domino's.
Domino's for sure, definitely.
Domino's.
All right.
All right.
And
That's all we have
Thank you
time
for
for.
lightning
Thank you
round.
guys.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
lightning round.
Love it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you all for stopping
sweating
by.
over here, Jesus. Oh.
Next week, I think we're still deciding on if we're gonna have a guest.
We will
or
let you
not.
know in the Discord.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
If you're not already in the Discord, there's also a link. Definitely check it out.
For sure.
But this is pretty much the end of this episode. So thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate
You
it.
guys.
Come back
Thank you
next
so
week.
much,
Yeah.
everyone.
See you all next week.
Same
Woo!
time.
Same place. Same place, same time.
Fuck
Adios.
politics.
Yeah.
Fuck
Bye.
politics.